It was found necessary to keep the Indians one side and the Westerns the other side, so that expensive things like cameras didn't go missing. I mean, it was actually practical. When we were all staying in one place, things were always going missing. Because it's just too much temptation for people who earn $1 a day and seeing the things that come from the West. And Gurudev was clear. Actually, the Indian side and the West, means the outside India side, Western world side and the Indian side, Gurudev actually had, quite separate in its own way. And in the rainy season, the snakes go into this bush here, and they're living up in the bush. And yeah, swimming by the snakes. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's Guru Maharaj's. Oh, what? They're chanting japa very fast. Okay. Hello, mind out of the way. Yes, Guru Maharaj's samadhi. And this is the daily morning program for the Westerners, in English or Spanish or Russian or English and Spanish and Russian, whatever. When there are many devotees there, whoever is like most devotees. And Gurudev arranged this between 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock each morning. And we were saying about the Bhakti Lebu tree that was there. That the truck hit, and I think that's probably where we stopped this morning. I can't hear. Prabhu, I cannot say what is happening today. Unfortunately, I cannot say what is happening today. Here's Tulasi Devi, and you see it's the new season, so she's just getting started, as it were. This makes no difference, right? Oh, there it makes a difference, okay. Okay, who's there? Okay, this is looking in front of the deity, so looking across the front, in front between the temple, which is just to that devotee's left, and the Nat Mandir, which is on the devotee's right, and straight ahead, that raised area, behind there is where Srila Guru Maharaj used to stay before he was upstairs. And there are 2 rooms, there are 3 rooms here, but there are 2 rooms side by side, which are joined by a door, and there is another brahmachari room there. And Guru Maharaj now is up on the roof. Gurudev made his bhajan kutir on the roof. And I have not seen this before, so I don't know what's going to happen. Oh. This young sannyasi is Janardhan Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardhan Maharaj. Okay, this is between the 2 temples. And these, now the girls are in the way, but these flowers here, these plants were all inside the garden, which is now Guru Maharaj's Samadhi Mandir, which is on the left. We're looking backwards, so the deity's temple is on the right, and the Samadhi Mandir is on the left, where Janardhan Maharaj was giving the class just now. And all these plants, these are flowering plants, and they were in the area. It was a garden before, and the garden, those flowers were giving flowers every day, maybe throughout the whole year. And then when it came time for the Samadhi Mandir, when the day that Gurudev departed, it disappeared. Then the day that Guru Maharaj disappeared, then Gurudev, he instructed for here, first take out these plants carefully by the roots, put them outside the perimeter where the Samadhi will be. Because Gurudev, he cared for all of the plants, all the trees, everything. And he said they're doing so much service. Their service will continue, not just clean out the garden and then make the Samadhi. So these are old plants. Okay, festival time. So they brought lots of flowers. But these flowers, of course, some are decorated, but lots of them here are just hanging, waiting to be processed. I didn't notice. No. And anyway, we can't actually see it. So, but above here, where all those flowers were hanging, is called this. There is written in iron. The iron, where they bend the iron to make iron grills. It's Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Shravan Sadan. Something along those lines. It's the place to hear the conception of Bhakti Siddhanta, and meaning from Guru Maharaj's conception, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. The place to hear his conception. And in another way, the Bhakti Siddhanta, what is Bhakti? And not a place for anyone to come and give any talk on anything, but to follow that line. And Guru Maharaj always considered this temple is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's temple. And very much so. And this is Paramahamsa Maharaj giving class. So here the Bengalis inside having class and outside the English section, because otherwise the Westerners, they don't sit maybe first day, second day, they sit in the Bengali class and then they go out. So Gurudev arranged that they have a Westerns class to keep everybody on their toes, to keep everybody nourished. Because naturally, unless in those days we don't have tablets, we can't follow what's taking place in the class too. So this is the Nat Mandir. We're in the Nat Mandir. Paramahamsa. And Soumya Sham Bengali, Soumya Sham sitting beside him, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. All right, so now we're looking towards Gurudev's house. So we're looking backwards. This is the side of the deity's temple. On the right is up the little stairs there, just to the right of the girl's head, the stairs going up. That is the kitchen. We call it the new kitchen, but it's been there quite a long time. It's raised high so that when the flood comes, still they can cook, because there's some necessity to cook when the flood comes. So they can still cook. But even with that, they have had emergency cooking upstairs, because sometimes the flood has come so high, you can see where it is, that the deities have had to move upstairs to Guru Maharaj's veranda or to directly above them, which is an equivalent room under the domes. So it can be very high, but normally the Ganges doesn't go up. It'll come up to there, and for making the offerings for the deities, they make a bridge, but from here across. So there's a bit of make a bridge out of bamboo. Here they hire 10 cranes and 4 boats and all sorts of high-tech equipment. But there they make a bridge with bamboo and make it practical so that they can get the offerings across. Now, this is straight ahead is Gurudev's room. Downstairs is a store storeroom for the boga, etc., the vegetables, etc. But upstairs, above there, you see, these Gurudev's quarters, Sri Acharya Bhavan. And many things. The Bandari is just on the right. And the well is just there, but we might not see. So now looking up to Gurudev's room, and the other day we were mentioning about the special windows that Gurudev had. You see the wall goes along, and then here by Gurudev's instruction, there's windows. So when he sits in his chair, it's like the wall is there, the windows are here, but there's special windows. So when Gurudev is here sitting there, he can look down and see what everybody's doing. But later, he had a curtain across because he didn't want to see what everyone was doing. Because I know what they are doing, and he sees they're doing this there, basically stealing Krishna's things from the Bandari. This unfortunately happens. And Gurudev sees, Gurudev knows what everyone's doing. They can't hide. But then eventually, not eventually, but he did have a curtain put there. And the other day we were saying about Kandiya, Karuna na hoile, Kandiya, Prana na rakibo ara. And we are sitting there with Gurudev inside there, sitting Gurudev's in his chair and we're on the floor. And really, it was in the morning, they're doing the parikrama, and that's when Gurudev, he's sitting, he's watching, he said, they're all liars, all liars. Oh. And I didn't know quite what Gurudev was meaning, but he did say that. Then, I didn't say, why are they liars, or anything like that, but Gurudev, liars, they're all liars.
Lip service.
Because, he said, they're saying, then Gurudev, Paul said, Gurudev, Karuna na hoile, Kandiya, Prana na rakibo ara. If you don't give your mercy, Gurudev, Karuna na hoile, Kandiya, cry, and my prana will not remain in my body anymore. That's what we're saying. So in other words, I'll die. And there's Gurudev saying, they're all liars. And then I thought, it's safer to sit beside Gurudev than be in the kirtan. So I'm not included in the lying section. Hare Krishna. That was when there were many disturbances taking place. And people were being quite unfaithful. So,
Maharaj, what's a bandari?
Bandari is a storehouse for things like rice and dal and sugar and the commodities which, you can say the dry commodities. Whereas the wet things, it may be called a bandari too, but not sure. But that's this, underneath Gurudev's house was where the cabbages and all those, the wet thing, the vegetables and stuff, but not the rice dal sabji, the rice dal and flour, the chapati flour and things like that. So bandari, so bandari means, also they call go down, which means, I think it's also English, go down there, where everything's kept. But bandari is a storehouse for the boga before it's prepared. So here's Gurudev's windows, and we didn't get to see the well. So here, all over the world, devotees making garlands for the deities. So sitting on the side of the temple, and here the puja. Yeah, the puja. Okay, this is now looking back towards the road. The temple of the deities is on the right. The Nat Mandir is then on the right. The left is the veranda. Guru Maharaj's Bhajan Kutir upstairs. And we were mentioning about giving obeisances to Ganga Devi. When we finish the parikrama of the temple, everything after the arati, then coming to the inside and everything as we're doing, finishing, giving obeisances. Then the devotees come to where we are now, or just a little bit here. They turn around and then they give obeisances in this direction. And I didn't know what they were doing for a while. I thought they were actually giving obeisances to Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj was here at that time, who was upstairs. But actually this is where they're giving obeisances to the Ganga. And I actually forgot the mantra. It's so long since I've given it, the pranam mantra to the Ganga, but it is in our service life book. And then if it's morning time after Aarti, we'll come upstairs to Guru Maharaj. Later on, then we come upstairs to Gurudev in the morning, but not in the evening. This is the rice storage huts. When the rice, not on the straw, but it's already been threshed. These are the plain rice storage huts. And here, all the women cutting vegetables, preparing the bhoga. Potatoes. There you are. And wait till you see the knife. Oh, see what the knife that lady is using on the right? It's, yeah, like this, a wooden base. This knife that she's using. She's got a leg on the wooden base, and that is a blade coming up there. And so the knife stays still, and you cut the potatoes like this. And they even talk to each other while they do it.
Is that for peeling as well? Wow, that would take for a bit.
Did they peel them with that?
Yes, they do.
They did peel with that, yeah. They did everything with that. And you showed me that chopping machine for vegetables that you have here. It's worth look on Amazon, like we just were using for online shopping, for a potato peeler. Because we had a potato peeler in ISKCON here in England when I first joined. And it saves a lot of work when you've got a lot of potatoes to peel. So they do exist.
We just roll them all together and scratchy.
Yeah, it's like a cement mixer but with abrasive on the outside. So look, cutting so many potatoes and their cabbage. And that's where they wash the deity's paraphernalia straight, and just where the gap in the wall is. And this is the back of the Samadhi Mandir of Srila Guru Maharaj. This is the steps going upstairs to Gurudev's. There's a devotee coming down from Gurudev's veranda. It's Goswami Maharaj, yeah? And now this is the cowshed. This is the old cowshed. So 2002, the cowshed was still here. Mahadev, kind of the chief cook. There's Meera.
That looks like, Braja.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like Braja, but she's carrying a baby.
Braja, no?
Huh?
Yeah, Brian Moody with Shama.
With Shama, baby Shama.
Yeah.
Before she was 2 meters tall. And now this is looking down towards the lady's house and the cowshed at the end. So, and this... That... anyway. Oh, this is the lady's house. And this is the is it called Jamru tree? That tree gives thousands of fruits in the season. Every tree is a useful tree. And this is a Tata Sumo, which we're using.
Oh, yeah.
And then Shankari is staying here.
Was she the young widow that wanted to stay there from the beginning?
Yeah, she wanted to stay, but she was beautiful.
And then she went away. shaved her head and pull out her teeth.
Shaved her head, but I was with Gurudev and somebody was telling something like you're saying, and Gurudev said, shaved her head, yes, but I think her teeth fell out. Is something like this. He didn't confirm that she pulled her teeth out, but somehow something happened. But she very much wanted to stay in the temple. But Gurudev did not confirm that she deliberately, pulled her teeth out. And then Arpita, did he use it with the bent leg? And she was looking after Shankara. And this is a centenary building. Oh, okay, this is the gate at the centenary building.
It must be many days. There's no...
You have to speak a little louder. Hare Krishna.
For how long have you been watching the video?
Hours and hours. It feels like a week.
20 minutes.
Oh no.
I'm working. I was correcting here. Homeworks on my students.
Oh.
I was thinking that it's a very quiet Gopalima. There's no generators, there's no...
It hasn't come into Gaurapanima just yet.
Right.
No, it just... Yeah, we've been watching this...
Sorry.
We've been watching this simply in place of sitting and chanting bhajan, so just since after the Aarti. Okay. Yeah, it's in preparation because you see the flowers have come, so it's not that the Gaurapanima is actually running as yet. And it's not always generators, come on.
It's only when the electricity goes.
For all the lights, all the decorations.
Yeah, but in the night, it's true.
And a lot of...
Let's see if we will be here in the night. So this is looking towards the front gate. This is the gate outside the Centenary Building.
Hello.
This is one of my friends.
Hello.
One of my friends, very well behaved, very human, but very naughty. They also eat them. Oh, you see mangoes. Are those mangoes already?
Oh, pale fruit.
Huh?
Looks like a mango tree with the small mangoes.
But
What was that?
at Gaurapanima,
Isn't the season in July?
yeah, and now would be flowers, mango flowers at Gaurapanima, not the mango fruit.
Yeah.
So this tree, is this a Kadamba tree? This is Kadamba, before it becomes yellow and all with the end things on. I think this is the Kadamba, you see, very round. Hello.
Hello.
Hare Krishna, and look how long their tails are. And by the way, never even pretend to touch their tail.
Oh.
That's a big no-no. They may be well behaved and everything, but if you pretend even to touch their tail, they're very, very protective about their tail. I suppose it's because it's a weak point or something, but oh, what have they got?
It's in the rooms.
They're in somebody's room. There's a mosquito net. Oh, it's the ladies' roof. It's the ladies' roof with the saris. And sometimes they would wear the ladies' saris, wouldn't they? They would, and then in that tree outside, they would be in the tree with the ladies' saris also, trying to figure out how it goes, and they're all like this.
Yeah.
In fact,
I love it.
did I teach you how to wear a sari? No.
I may have done.
I
Possible.
somebody.
That would have been a wonderful memory.
Well,
But my memory's not so good. I can't come.
these are parts from the well, by the way, for sinking a well. These
That would
parts.
be too much, isn't it? Oh.
And I didn't even know how to wear a sari, but it was maybe
we
was
got
it you or
there,
not?
yes,
It was initiation time, and one of the ladies.
I don't know.
Then Didn't know how to put on a sari. So I didn't also know how to put on a sari, but just like thought, okay, it must be like this, like this, like this.
I remember the monkeys and
Oh look, they got somebody saved some prasadam. You see, you're not meant to save prasadam or you get instant reaction.
who's that? Who's come?
Look at this baby.
Baby as well.
So it gives us an idea, whoever's filming is a lady.
Is it Sri Lanka's here?
Haribol.
What year was this, Maharaj?
2002. 2002.
Oh, was it? I thought you said it. Oh, that's the 2, not 82, 2000.
This is outside the Centenary Building.
Yeah,
And this is the Nat Mandir.
Is that water?
Yeah, they're washing the floor. So prepare. Oh, you see devotees arriving with their bag and baggage. There's a charjama. No?
Yeah, this is right.
Yes, now he's moving. There you go. And this is supposedly drinking water in that thing. Coconut, look, got the coconut.
Sorry,
And who's the lady? I'm sure. The back of the kitchen.
No, I think it's another.
Hmm?
Oh,
Oh yeah, Parvat Maharaj going upstairs. Parvat Maharaj from America.
She does have a name.
Really?
Okay, see who's coming down.
Who's coming? Who's down
That's
there?
Tirtha Maharaj.
Tirtha Maharaj.
I always thought that was a bale tree at the bottom of Gurudev's stairs, but it's not, is it? It's
No.
not a bale.
No, oh no, the bale tree, if you look at his house, is on the left. On the left though, not immediately. And it overhangs his roof. And you can get bales from the roof. The tree that's right there is a tal tree
Right.
with those heavy, heavy black fruits that grow in clusters.
Is that Sri Lanka?
No.
Oh, hello.
And we knew most of these cows from when they're born.
No.
Separated from my mother, my mommy.
Oh, mother not there. Not close, no?
Well, she's probably being milked or something.
Oh, yes, of course. Milky, milky.
Oh, here you are, it's coming with the milk. Yeah, you see? So first of all, put some water in the bucket, then milk the cow, then add more water before you take it to the kitchen, so that they can add more water. Jai. There you are, you see?
Truth.
Some of our Western ladies, I'm not sure who. And the broken hand pump. You see, later on there was actually pipes and stuff, so they didn't make. But then the hand pump is still good to have. The cows in the cow shed.
But this
Having
is
a-
Australia, I think, that lady.
I also think, but I'm not very sure. Hare Krishna. Milking time. But I think he's just finished milking now. Yeah, it is very peaceful. No loudspeakers also of like the local music and stuff. Ah. Oh no, he's feeding them, he's not milking them. And one trick they do is they put gur, molasses, in the water so that the cows drink more water, so they give more milk. And they like it. Like everybody will like molasses. And some of the cows, they say, this Australia cow, like the Western style cow. Say, oh, Australia cow. Maybe this. Hare Krishna. And that could be the one that grew to be a big bull. No. Is it a bull or a cow? I'm not sure. Anyway. Hare Krishna. Nibble, nibble, munch, munch, gobble, gobble, crunch, crunch. I don't recall who she is. She's Russian, I think, no? Say moo, then we'll know what language you're speaking. Hare Krishna. Mind the legs, don't get a kick. Oh. Plastic containers.
So we don't know who made this video.
Huh?
Do we know who made this video? Do we know who made the video?
No, I don't know who made the video. But my guess is now is a lady, because they were on the lady's roof.
Yes.
And this is a new outdoor kitchen for festivals. They're not normally using it.
That's next to Gurudev's house.
Just behind his house. And that's not so much the problem, but to the right you see the corner of a building with the, like 4 little gaps. That was the big generator that came, and that makes a lot of noise. And Gurudev, that's near Gurudev's house at the back. But Gurudev is saying, I tolerate that for the service of the Vaishnavas, service of the devotees. It's a quiet day that they're filming. And this is one of the content. Here's Gurudev. Jai Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki. Yes, Gurudev giving Harinam initiation.
Oh, that's, you know...
Ranajit.
Ranajit, yeah. Who was Ranajit then?
Jai Srila Gurudev's lotus feet ki jai. Sita. Sita.
Oh, there is Mukunda Prabhu. Did it?
Mukunda.
Well, was that Mr.
Yes.
And I'm somewhere there.
There, Didi.
There. On the right.
You see it?
Far right.
Maybe it is, yeah.
It is. You don't know your own husband. We know your husband better than you.
I do. He lost a lot of weight after that. So it is.
There you are. You can see.
It is, isn't it?
Yep. And Siddhanti Maharaj on the far left.
Oh,
Jai Srila Gurudev.
gosh, it was quite a long time ago.
And behind him, various things, including the key. You know, you get the key of a city, and so there's some different towns. He got the key, like with the government official recognition.
Gurudev touches it.
Jai.
It's an initiation. Initiation
The boys must be somewhere around.
Did you ask something?
Yes,
ceremony. I said it's obviously an initiation ceremony taking
Yes,
place.
Gurudev giving Harinam. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who to? I don't know.
That's one of
It's right there.
He's now Swami Maharaj. You know?
What, he's initiating? No, he's not initiating Ranajit. Ranajit's just assisting, I think.
Well,
Of
that's-
course.
that's
Yeah, I
what
mean,
made it
certainly,
possible.
yeah.
You
So,
see, just-
Ranajit is the assistant, and then
It's whoever that was, but Ranajit. That was him. Now he's what, Swami Maharaj?
this devotee is receiving the initiation.
Maybe he's just sitting there. Of course. Please.
Someone's translating for him. I think he's one of the Russians. And beside Gurudev, to the right, that larger picture, that's
Is that Umar? No.
Takurma.
Thakur.
Is it?
Thakurma or Ramapishima?
Maybe it's Ramapisima. Yeah.
I think it's Ramapishima.
I can't see that clearly.
It's Guru Maharaj's sister, Ramapishima,
Oh.
on the right.
Why
I think Gurudev did not have Thakurma's pic on his. Question?
why did Gurudev have Ramapishima?
Why? I mean, you have someone's picture for honor and respect, don't you? She's passed away from the world. He's got other pictures as well, but this is his what's her name?
Ramapishima.
Ramarani was her full name, Ramarani, Guru Maharaj's sister. But you know, I'm still looking to see. It is Ramapishma, yeah. Chant and be happy. Om Agyantimarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Shakshuran Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave. And the long, above his head, the top shelf, Trinadapi Sunichina Taroriva Sahishnuna Amanina, the long, biggest one at the top.
Embroidered with someone embroidered that. No.
What?
Hand stitched.
It's embroidery. And the cow, and he has a label on his neck with donations for me and my master. And then you lift up his head and you can put the donation in it. And here, so many albums from his world tours, picture albums behind on the shelves there, the whole shelf full of picture albums. And actually they're wonderful to look through. Who? See, looking out from Gurudev's window, looking down to the boundary, what we were saying before, you can see what's happening. A bit seasick, but we're doing okay. And these are 3 pictures of the Russian deities of Guru Gauranga, Radha Madhavasunda. So they must have just arrived. They're here. He had them up on the wall opposite him.
And making me this guy when he
Yeah, Bhakti Sampat Narayan Maharaj. And all 3 passed away already. And there's a painting up the top there of the Mayapur opening, of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj seated side by side. This is a Rishko. So this is the entrance, the actual entrance of the top opposite the temple. And there Vaikuntha Banda, little shop. And this used to be the printing press when they're printing with the letterpress. And this was a tin roof place, and it was made so that rooms are here. And this is where where they put all the letters into the plate for printing. Was in here, but it was just a tin roof. And Kopanika, Guru Maharaj's disciple Kopanika, very good man. So much praise given by Guru Maharaj and Gurudev for his attention. Can't be Madhusudan. Is Tirtha Maharaj, Ashram Maharaj, and is it me? Maybe. This is Ashram Maharaj from Mexico City. And is that Uma? No.
I think
No.
it was, but it isn't.
Why you was moving? Maybe you was moving it.
Who else came from?
Hare Baba. Selling gumcha, selling coconut. On the road outside the temple. It's not Uma. Little boy with the mridanga. Wonder who he is. Can Ashram Maharaj with... Oh. Behind that is the door inside going into the museum, the centenary building. Oh, now this is Govinda Kund in progress. So we've crossed the road and we're beside Govinda Kund. And this is a Seva Ashram in progress, as you can see. And already people are staying down. You see, they put all this cloth, so already 200 or 300 Bengalis staying downstairs. And the Shiva temple will be here. And this will be 2 stories more. Shri Govinda Kund ki jai. It's amazing how that was transformed, the whole kund, now with steps all around. It was just a pond with just wild around it.
No, this must have been quick. When was this erected?
2002.
I know, but how long before? So before this, there was...
When did it start? Yes.
And little steps going down. I know because the boys used to swim in it.
Yes.
And it was all grass all around. I don't know what year that was.
I know I met your boys in 2001. I remember meeting Krishna Pandita.
When they were little.
When they would have been about 16, I think.
Oh, before when they were little, they were swimming in that swim with all grass around them.
Right.
This is in the village, just beside the temple. It's not our temple. It's outside. Well, he's from Nabadip. I don't know where his house is. This is going towards the bridge, yes.
Going into not into...
Crossing the bridge towards Krishnanagar. Going. Ambassador. And these are, it's called Gauranga Shetu, Jagai and Madai. Jagai and Madai, Gauranga and Nityananda. And the Ganges, low Ganges, bathing in the Ganges. But Guru Maharaj disapproved. So minimum must be some umbrella to cover them, to give protection.
Я просто вот эти вот товарищи, которые здесь, они тоже собираются купаться.
Russian
Они стоят и
lady.
разговаривают о том, что вот куда вот эти вот белые пойдут, в какую сторону.
А вот белые пойдут в разные стороны. Почему? Я туда пойду, я не могу сам себе.
Ну как не можешь?
Не могу.
Куда нам надо идти? Мы идем туда.
And then, oh, didn't. Okay, yeah, there's the bridge, built by the Russians. And it's amazing. I'm
I
surprised.
didn't know that was built by the Russians, people say.
Now you know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Never told me.
Because Bengal was communist and Russia, so they were friends with each other. Ganga Mayi ki jai and Jamuna Mayi ki jai. Jamuna is this side and Ganga is the other side, it is told. And you see the water is down, so this will be underwater, but they're taking advantage of the low water to grow some crops, but then it'll all get washed away. But they're always using every space. It's a gentle day. And you can walk all the way down. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. And this is how they keep Tulsi, called Tulsi Manch. And then Tulsi will be in the top.
You clipped something.
I didn't click anything, it's the end of the movie.
Oh, really?
36
Yeah.
minutes.
Wow.
I
Anyway, it's
touched
quite
the screen.
nostalgic, isn't it?
Our Navadip,
They
Navadip.
glimpse of Gurudev, briefly, didn't we? Just a glimpse. And his feet, lotus feet. We got a glimpse of his lotus feet.
Anyway, we saw it together. You can see something of home. Yes, it wasn't a philosophical video, but there we are. And maybe,
Maharaj,
yes.
I was just going to ask you, your office was in Govinda Kund or was it in the north?
In Govinda Kund.
Well, okay, not in Govinda Kund, but in the guest houses.
No, the office, with that first building for the Westerners, Paschatya Sevak Bhavan, that we were seeing this morning, the office was there, and it's been in different rooms, and was originally in the smallest, very small, very first room downstairs on the left, and a small room. And maybe 2 years or 3 years we had also no fan, no nothing, just like very simple office, and then different rooms, and then at the end means Gurudev's time, then the floor, the first floor, British first floor upstairs, American second floor, then most of that floor was office because we had computers, different devotees doing different things. So it became, as everything became bigger, so we had a large room as the main office. So Paschatya Sevak Bhavan, the Westerners service building, that's where the office was. But also it's been, somebody turned it off. It turned off itself. It's been in different places, and including beside Gurudev at one point. We had the office right beside him, where the coca room is, just that room behind. but it was too much disturbance for Gurudev. I wasn't a disturbance, thankfully, but so many devotees need to come and go and ask things, and so that was a disturbance, so we moved it out. It was good for the seva to Gurudev, but not good for everybody coming and going. And those days we used to be busy. In fact, I remember Lavanya Moy saying, coming to ask something, she said, I need something done. And I know, if you ask a busy person, you're sure to get it done. You said something like that.
You want something done, ask a busy man.
If you want something done, ask a busy man. And the office was pretty crazy sometimes, with all sorts of things going on.
Yeah.
But happily. Okay, what I want to do, just show Priyanana. Oh, slow down. Priyanana sent this video URL, so I'll just take a little bit so she can see we watched it together. So Priyanana, we've been watching the whole video just now here in the London Temple with all the inmates, including some who you recognize. Probably you recognize Anjali, maybe Radha Pandit you met in India. And here's Lavanya Moy behind. And Saraswati Lady was with us, but she's a busy lady, so she's now much appreciated. Our done.
To see the mott again, isn't it? Just to see the mott, you know.
Now we have to find an aeroplane to come back to London.
Yeah, we've got at least 6 months.
No, today we have to find an aeroplane.
Really? All right then.
Hare Krishna.
Was the Matala Harijana relief there, was that put on at the same time that the Nat Mandir was constructed, or was that put on a little later?
Oh, absolutely later. This marble part with the sloka on, that was from the time of the construction, and that was with Guru Maharaj present and Gurudev adjusting slightly that expression of Srila Saraswati Thakur.
Right.
But the square or the oblong box above, it says Sri Chait in Bengali, it says Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Maharaj, Guru Maharaj's name and where it is. But the diorama came when the Samadhi Mandir of Srila Guru Maharaj was maturing, and Gurudev wanted to. So, in other words, 1988 August, Guru Maharaj passed away, disappeared. December, the Samadhi Mandir was started, and then during the next year it's growing, and then the main growing, of course, are the pillars, the walls, the foundations, pillars, walls, and the construction. But then you've got all the marble work, the decoration work, all of those things to do. And Gurudev had his eye open for who will do the decorations. Means not the art, not like painting decorations. The sculptor. Yeah, who will do the sculpturing work? And we were in Puri, and maybe it was Rath Yatra time, maybe it wasn't. But Gurudev was walking and he saw there's a guest house, maybe Ganapati or Ganesh guest house, some quite big guest house. But it had a very nicely made Konark wheel, the famous Konark Sun Temple. So I had a replica of the wheel. But it was there as like a diorama. And Gurudev saw that. Then he asked to Purnananda, who was looking after Puri at that time, and he said, Purnananda, try to find the artist who made this, because it was a fairly new guest house. So then Purnananda found the artist and brought the artist to Gurudev. And Gurudev talked with him, and he asked him to come to Navadip and for this seva. But before having him work on the Samadhi Mandir, he wanted to really make sure he can do the work properly. So Gurudev told how Guru Maharaj wanted the bottom row. Guru Maharaj wanted that this is all blank.
So glad, yeah.
That here would be the kirtan, would be the kirtan party. That this is the kirtan hall, the Nat Mandir, and here will be the kirtan party, and they'll be engaged in kirtan. So Gurudev started by, he said, well, this Guru Maharaj wanted this, so now for his practice, or so I can see that he can work to instruction, this layer he started. But then Gurudev, every day, twice a day at least, he's coming and he's walking around and looking, and he's seeing what needs to be done. He's got his cane, he's seeing, and also sometimes sitting, and we're bringing, that time I told you the chair downstairs, we bring from the office downstairs, we bring a chair from the office so the Gurudev can sit and look. And he would often sit here looking at the Samadhi Mandir, and he would say that Guru Maharaj's Leela is eternal, so his Samadhi Mandir is eternal. So our seva is to manifest it. It's already here. So like it came from meditation. So anyhow, Gurudev would come and he's looking at this, and then he's thinking, well, now above here is looking very empty. Then Gurudev, he thought, okay, so they're engaged in the worship. So here we'll have, so this is Mahaprabhu's group. Then he's thinking, okay, here we'll have Radha Krishna, and it's, we can't move it down. Okay. But just above them, here's Krishna. You can just see him playing the flute. If you listen, you can hear him. Okay. Anyway, here's Krishna. And here are the cowherd men, some cowherd ladies. Radharani is there. But he's got one hand up and he's holding Govardhan Hill. But first is this, and then there is Krishna Leela. Then Gurudev is thinking, what Krishna Leela? Oh, it's Govardhan. We're in Gupta Govardhan, so we hold Govardhan Hill. And then one day, and I'm right with Gurudev, we're walking around and Gurudev comes and he's looking up, and still that time the scaffold, the wooden scaffold, bamboo scaffolding is here. And Gurudev is looking, and then Gurudev is looking and looking, he said, look, what has come here is this shloka as a diorama. But it was not his intention. And then Gurudev said, this proving, showing that the shlokas are living. That from this shloka, this has come, and this is that shloka. That we are the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we are the followers of Mahaprabhu. We are worshipping Radha Krishna, we are worshipping the Lord in Sankirtan. They've got the mridangas, the kartals. Here, he's got a chamara fan. Here, he's blowing a conch on the sides. So we're worshipping Radha Krishna, and here we are worshipping Radha Krishna, and Krishna holding Govardhan Hill. But this is the mood of the devotees of Mahaprabhu, with our feet on the ground, engaged in kirtan, worshipping the other layer, worshipping Radha Krishna. And Gurudev was very happy. So this will have manifested bit by bit in 1989. So 1988, December, started the Samadhi Mandir. Before that was a beautiful Samadhi, but just with the bamboo and then bamboo matting and simple roof. And actually it was very sweet. And right above where Guru Maharaj is buried beneath, there was the tulsi, like a cone of earth with tulsi on the top, tulsi manch. And it was actually very sweet. That's how our the first several months of Arati was there. And that's also when Gurudev composed Shri Jaya Jaya, Jaya Guru Maharaj Yati Rajeshwara. Because that time we would be singing the Sri Guru Charana Padma or like this. But that's for all Guru. But Gurudev wanted an Arati song for Guru Maharaj specifically. So 1989 he composed it. 1988 he composed that. Quite soon he composed Bengali and Sanskrit. There's a parallel Sanskrit series of verses in glorification of Guru Maharaj.
It just made me think that before Guru Maharaj's departure, the morning program, so to speak, would have been a lot simpler, because now you have
I know.
Jal Mandir, and then you have Gangadhar Sahib,
Yeah.
and then you have Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, and then...
Absolutely. And some of the activities for the parikrama, etc., you have added kirtan because it's so long. And before it was very simple. We're happy with a simple life, but we're also happy with the longer life. And in the beginning, we're doing separate parikrama of the temples, and that was a little difficult. And then started doing parikrama of both the temples and around Tulsi. And then that was more practical too. But still, it's a good walk when we do that. Anyway, and these trees, of course, now they're these trees that look like banana trees, but they're not. They're bananas, the leaves fan out. I don't know, in England they have them.
So that craftsman did go on to do the sculpting of the monument.
Yeah. And pious person. He's from Jagannath Puri and his life was that, doing artwork for temples and various things. But it's interesting that Gurudev first saw the work and then looked for the artist who did it, rather than, it's very easy for people to say, yes, I'm a good artist, I do this, I. But Gurudev looked for the person and then very gentlemanly managed everything. He then brought the Navadip.
Beautiful.
Okay.
That must have been before the purchase of the current mutt in Puri. So the devotees with Gurudev would stay at a guest house, or
2002? No.
No, I mean when 1988.
Oh, 1980. I'm very bad with years. But we were in Puri. No, we had the place in Puri. I don't remember the year.
It was very small.
Yes, small, but we definitely had it because Gurudev was staying there and he saw this. And that guest house is still there. There's a Ganapati guest house.
Right, yeah.
Where the wheel was.
Yeah, because when Gurudev composed the Nitai Chaitanya Dev Arti, I think he presented it to Guru Maharaj. Is that correct? Anyway, that would fit the timeline anyway.
I can't say yes, but I can't say no also. I mean, I can only say what I know. But anyway, I can just say certainly we had the land there at that time. Hare Krishna. Okay? Dear devotees.
So sweet, thank you.
Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rock of Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, who established Sri Chaitanya Saraswati in 1941 and officially in 1942 at Jagannath Ratha Yatra.
I was born 42.
It's when I was an old man or an old woman. Well, I don't know what I was. Maybe.
Before then, obviously we don't know.
Maybe I was a monster, but maybe I was a street dog, but got some prasada.
You're saying officially it was 1942?
Gurudev actually sometimes said, 41, 42. I'm thinking 42 is when Jagannath Rath Yatra, when he like officially opened. But he was already there in 41. So except for academic purposes, yes, we can say 41. Sometimes we see 41, sometimes 42. And Gurudev also was a little, 41. I think 42 was. People in India don't even know their age, what to speak. When they ask Aranya Maharaj how old you are.
80-something.
Yeah.
It's nice to do.
No, they don't know their birthday.
Yeah. Same in Lebanon.
They don't have birth. And by the way, when we're in India, we never celebrated anybody's birthday. Except Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. Anyone has a birthday, it was never on the, let's make a cake and let's do something for the birthday. It's kind of a Western thing. But if it's an excuse for devotees to come together, as we say, always find an excuse. Your question is?
Yes, Maharaj. Of those buildings, which was the first building there?
Guru Maharaj's quarters.
Right. And was that where, because talking about when Guru Maharaj established that church at Saraswat Mott in 1942, he says, I entered my house on Rath Yatra Day.
Inside it.
Yeah, but without bricks and everything. But you're asking when was the first building, then the building came. What moment or year it became bricks and not a thatched hut? It was land originally, and then Guru Maharaj himself put up the boundary for the land, and Guru Maharaj did so many things himself.
What was that little inside the Centennial building? There's like a little...
Yeah. We didn't go into the Centenary building, but I was looking for... No, it's called Govinda Dham.
Yeah.
Remember? And there is a house in the Centenary building now, and you go up the steps to go into the Centenary building, go along, and then you go down the steps to enter this little house. That little house is where Srila Gurudev would stay. That's why it's called Govinda Dham. It was Govinda Maharaj's place. That's where Govinda Maharaj stayed. But that time and our time, you would walk along the path, and then you would walk up the stairs to get to that little house. But why? And then when the Centenary building is coming, then Gurudev didn't like to break anything. If it was good, don't break it. And trees and things. Didn't cut trees, didn't want to cut down trees. And when they made the Prasadam hall, they even moved 2 trees. They did get kind of a crane thing in to do that. And big digging, they moved 2 trees, and 2 trees still stayed in the Prasadam hall. And you can probably remember they were growing through the floor.
Yes, I do.
They built the building around the trees because he didn't want to break them. So anyway, he didn't want to break that Govinda Dham because it was still fine. So it's part of the exhibit of the museum. But it is interesting that now you think, how is it possible we used to walk up to that? But it's because the Centenary building is also raised because of the flooding to try to stop the flood. But still, the flood water, it depends how much flooding, but I've been there when the flood water's gone all inside there too. But that's where Gurudev said, you see how humbly he stayed. The facilities, like that. And on the roof of the Nath Mandir, here on the roof, there's a small room. And that room Gurudev also used so that he could be right across from Guru Maharaj. So in the daytime.
It's like a cupboard or something.
It's big enough for a bed. But another thing is that there was a place, but the roof had caved in. When you go to Guru Maharaj's veranda, you go up the first steps, and then when you're going up those second steps, you look on your left, and you can see there's a ledge built into the wall, and it's sloping. That had a roof on it, and Gurudev also sometimes would stay there so that he was just nearby. And when Srila Prabhupada came to Guru Maharaj, he wanted to stay close to Guru Maharaj. So he, Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada would stay in a little room. Very sweet. Okay, time for Hari Harai Nama Krishna. And I'm happy to take you on a little tour, take myself on a little tour too, of Navadip. And really, we were there for so many years, and there, in Seva, there, trying to do good under the guidance of Gurudev.
Do you have more videos, Maharaj?
This was a link. So yes, there are many more videos. But this was a link that one devotee sent, saying, oh, look at this. Mm-hmm. Just, you'd say, blast from the past, something like that. And I'm happy to see the monkeys. Yeah. They were naughty, but well behaved.
I wouldn't mind seeing that one again. It's got, must be from like maybe 80, sometime in the 80s, and it's a flood. And it's got a clip of Gurudev on some kind of makeshift raft.
Oh yeah, that's made from the well, it's got some bamboo, but it's banana tree trunks.
That's lovely, that video, isn't it?
And
Guru Maharaj is looking down, I think.
Something like that.
And there's another one, it's not that year, it's another year. Then Gurudev's mother, Thakur Ma, or her official name, Tarangini Devi Dasi. You like your history, don't you? So, Tarangini, but everyone called her Thakur Ma. And then she is sitting on a wooden chair in a wok, the big cooking pot. And it was remarkably stable. You really couldn't tip it up. And then the devotees would take her around the mat. Oh. They're swimming, and she's in the wok, and she's sitting there, and she's smiling. It really is funny.
Oh dear.
And I'm pretty sure I've seen the video of that, but I mean we're in that. Yes, and that year the flood came. And when the flood, and another amazing thing about not just the mat, but India is, when the flood comes, everything is just, I mean, when the flood comes, it's all completely mud. It's not just water. It's, it's the Ganges, and it's Ganges mud. It's actually very wonderful. But it's a big mess when the flood goes down. And one of the festivals, and it was that festival when Thakur was in the pot, then you have like 2 weeks or something before Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja, or before, yes, Guru Maharaj's Vyasa Puja it must be. You have it 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and the place looks like a disaster. But something about India, with not much, with a few rupees and some hard work, it's lime paint. You paint the walls. It costs almost nothing for this lime paint, and they just paint all the walls, clean out the rooms, and it looks like new, like nothing ever happened. Whereas in the West, to repaint one room is going to cost you $1,000 or something. I don't know, who knows what. But in India, they're very practical for getting things up and running, so that on some trees, the Illawarra flame tree from Australia, one devotee brought this tree. They tied it to the top of the aeroplane and brought it. No, they brought it when it was small, like a baby tree. And it was a beautiful tree. And it's called a flame tree because it grows, it grows up, and then it looks, when it's blossoming, like a big flame, like a Bunsen burner flame or something. And really it's impressive. But when the flood came, instantly the tree died. Oh. That tree died, and another one also, which is not the native tree, means it was the avocado tree. And we never ever had avocados, but then when Gurudev had been traveling in the world, then avocado, he liked the avocado. So somebody brought avocado tree, so we grew the avocado tree. But that also, when the flood came, instantly it died. Didn't even think about surviving.
And all the other Indian, native to India plants stayed, like all these ones we see.
Yeah, mostly things, all the mango trees and the betel trees, the devdaru trees, tamal trees, we saw the ones with when it says horripilation, it's like kadamba. Banana trees. Yeah, but they fall down because they're not really made. They're not kind of wooden. And when the flood came, you could get a whole thing of bananas for like 50, like equivalent of the West, 50 cents or $1 or something. And it was Saraswati came one year, and she saw the price of bananas, and she said, at that time she was living in Sweden, and she said, in Sweden, then, she said, one banana is $1. And there, for $1, we were getting like 50 bananas. Because in the rainy season, when the flood comes, everything gets wasted, so they just want to get anything. And outside, the boats go outside instead of the vehicles. But there's no electricity. For a few days, there's no electricity because everything's underwater, so, there's no electricity. But actually, it's nice. We are all actually quite happy in the flood. And it's Ganges water also. Okay, yes, time to chant Hari Hari Nama Krishna and end our day. Hari Hari Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohan Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghuna Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghuna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol. So as we are here and at the mat, we should just say the sloka that Srila Guru Maharaj composed about the mat. To understand, we've been sort of having a journey, seeing all the happy things from, that are around and about. But what is Sri Chaitanya Saraswat mat? So this Srimach Chaitanya Saraswata Matavara Udgita Kirti Jai Sring Bibrat Sambati Ganga Tata Nikata Navadipa Kolladri Raje Yatra Shri Gaura Saraswata Mata Nirata Gaura Gata Grinanti Nityang Rupanuga Shri Kritamati Guru Gauranga Radha Jitasha. So this is Srila Guru Maharaj's composition way back when in 1941 or 42, when it was just a thatched hut, put up a big bamboo and with a flag on the top. But Guru Maharaj composed this. In the holy excuse me?
I just happened to be reading this morning, Gurudev talking about that, and he mentions that Guru Maharaj composed it in 32 minutes.
32 minutes.
What Gurudev says.
Okay, it'll take us almost 32 minutes to read it. Well, no, it won't take so long, but And by the way, this translation, Gurudev, he wants this translation to be used for this, and it's a translation of his own Bengali translation and expansion of this. So you may see some different translations. This is Gurudev approved, and Gurudev also adjusted. I mean, again and again, this didn't come in a day. The translation in English came out also over a little time. So it's also special. It's all coming it's coming through Guru Maharaj, through Gurudev to us. And so we are blessed to have such access to treasures. Okay. In the holy abode of transcendental touchstone, Sri Navadip Dham, the self-same Sri Vrindavan, in the land of Koladeep, whose inner identity is the king of mountains, Sri Govardhan, near the charming shores of the holy river Bhagirathi, means the Ganges, who delivers the river Bhagirathi, who delivers all the fallen souls, stands that grand and glorious king of all temples, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. In that beautiful retreat, the surrendered devotees whose lives are the message of Sri Gaura are eternally absorbed in the loving service of the Divine Master, the Golden Lord Gauranga, and the loving Lord Sri Govinda Sundar, with his consort Srimati Gandharva, accompanied by all their beloved associates. With hearts always filled with good hope to attain the grace of the Lord, following faithfully in the line of Sri Sri Rupa and Raghunath, the storekeepers of the unlimited treasure of pure, sweet love divine, those surrendered souls ever sing the unending glories of the transcendental name and qualities of the most magnanimous, original, supreme Lord, Sri Sri Gauranga Sundar. Indeed, the hearts of all beings, moving and still, marvel in the glory of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat as they take shelter in the soothing, affectionate shade of the victory flag that flies aloft and sings wholeheartedly to the world the ever-expanding renown of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, bearing that banner of all transcendental benedictions. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ever shines resplendent in all its divine magnificence. This is Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
You say that translation, Maharaj, was personally, you could say, seen by Gurudev and
Prabhu, I know it. I'm there day by day when he's going through it.
I'm just wanting that confirmed again.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, we are there day by day. And it was with Sagar Maharaj. Sagar Maharaj is doing the translation from the Bengali, and day by day, then coming to Gurudev with the translation, Gurudev adjusting this, they're discussing some things, which words, which phrases, all these things. It's hand-carved. And it's his Bengali that he's, with Sagar Maharaj, certainly, but it is his benediction and sanction for the English that has come. And not one word or two words were changed, but extensively he's made it his mood of the Bengali to come into the English. And Gurudev knew English when it comes to that. So, it's one of these things we know absolutely we're involved with.
The reason I asked again was because I have seen other translations.
Yes,
like
I know
there's
there
a more
are.
succinct one, and then there's another one which is also a translation apparently of the Gurudev's Bengali translation.
This is his translation of his Bengali. And when this translation came out, when it's all finished, Gurudev was actually satisfied with this. He said, now this you can use. And from now on, this translation will be used. This he told also. And so there are some things we just know. Okay, where's the recording? Sorry, there isn't one. I mean, maybe there is, but I extremely doubt it. Because so many things happen which are not recorded. How many, when in our day-by-day life with Gurudev and with Guru Maharaj, so many things. Okay, some things got recorded, of which there is an ocean. But there are so many things which we know, we are there. So our life was there. Anyway, wonderful Srila Gurudev ki jai, wonderful Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, and wonderful Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mata ki jai. And this is the mat. We didn't get a lot of good pictures, as you know.